at the Department of Environment Science and Management at North-South University and the Certificate Program on Environmental Governance at the Institute of Governance Studies at Brack University. At the dais, Nurul Amin, Chairman of the DESM North-South University, Dr. James Gardner, Emeritus Professor and Professor at the University of Manitoba, His Excellency Robert McDougall, High Commissioner of Canada, Professor Nazrul Islam, University Grants Commission Chairman, Professor Hafiz J. Siddiqui, Vice Chancellor, North-South University, Professor Jamil Reza Chaudhry, Vice Chancellor, Brack University, and the welcome members. Nurul Amin, Chairman of the DESM North-South University.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests. Chair of the session, our dear Vice Chancellor, Professor Hafiz J. Siddiqui. Our Chief Guest, Professor Nazrul Islam, Chair of the University Grants Commission. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable High Commissioner from Canada, His Excellency Robert McDougall, the Vice Chancellor of Brack University, our distinguished partner in SIDA funded projects, who is the director of the project, and our also Professor James Gardner, Emeritus Professor and Vice President of the University of Manitoba, and we also have two other colleagues from the University of Manitoba, and also our partner in the project from CNRS. If I have missed anybody, please excuse me. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. It is a privilege and pleasure for me to welcome you all, and we are exceedingly happy that University Mission and lending us support for successful implementation of this project, our department, and particularly this project and this program, not only university level degree, master's or PhD level, but also professional education. And for that, we are very much partnered with CNRS for working in this area, representing the NGO sector. So we are also very grateful, bringing to your attention that those who have been selected after a rigorous scrutiny, 20 of them have been successful and been able to meet the minimum requirement that North-South University maintains to maintain its quality trademark. So I would like to mention these names with whom we are starting the master's program. Mr. Samdan Khaled Mansoor, Mr. Muhammad Tajuddin, Mr. ATM Russell Hassan, thank you. Miss Nayar Sultana, thank you. Mr. Muhammad Shahriar Mamoon, thank you so much.
The University of Manitoba to introduce the Building Environmental Governance Capacity in Bangladesh project.
The project has been initiated in the context of several gaps that exist in this country. First of all, Bangladesh lacks institutional human resource capacity in environmental management and governance, supporting poor economic growth in Bangladesh. I mean, Bangladesh is having 5-6% economic growth rate, but obviously the public agenda is to move it in the direction of poor economic growth, so that equity issues are dealt with. And then the issue of equitable access to common poor resources, but above all, gender equity and equality issues are profound in this country too. So in light of these issues, we set the goals of the project and developed an initiative to strengthen institutional and human resource capacity in the area of environmental governance and management in Bangladesh. And another major goal is sustainable management and conservation of environment through a number of things. First of all, local level private sector development at all scale, then promoting good governance, and finally strengthening capacity and environmental sustainability, particularly at the local level. So we had to narrow down to some components. There are 4 components. The first component links to today's inauguration program, that is the curriculum and program development concerning the master's program in resource and environment management at North-South University. And today's occasion is all about the first component. And my colleagues contributed enormously last year. We came here and developed all the curriculum. And Professor Nazrul Islam, the chairman of University Grants Commission, has been particularly very helpful to make us through this curriculum program through the University Grants Commission process. We are grateful and indebted to him personally. Environmental Governance Professional Certificate Program at Bragg University is another component, that is to link the government, senior officials, mid-career officials, NGO leaders, as well as other community leaders in the area of environmental governance. But the focus is on professional development. Third component is community development, local governance capacity building, and again the NGO partners, that is CNRS, is working in this area, particularly involving the savings and microcredit program led by women. And finally, development of a policy network for effective and good environmental governance. So our partners are 4, is the North-South University, the Institute of Government Studies, Bragg University, then the Center for Natural Resources Studies, that is CNRS, and us, that is the University of Manitoba, Canada. Finally, let me just elaborate on the impact of this project that we are hoping for. That institutionalization at the academic and professional domains is the first step in that direction. Development of teaching, research, and application of methods and tools, particularly with regard to specific stakeholders' problems. And thirdly, partnership among natural resources and environmental stakeholders at all levels, local level, district level, and as well as national levels. And finally, we would like to see an influence on policy formulation and implementation. Our network is going to work for this particular project, and it will have that impact. Thank you very much.
May I request Dr. Mizan R. Khan, Director BEGCB, and Professor D. Yasin to introduce the Master in Resource and Environment Management.
In our program, we have tried to internalize in our curricula the real-world problems. The students will learn the real-world problems, and this curricula has been developed based on several workshops, which was participated by all the stakeholders, government representatives, and developed this curriculum. Another important feature, as mentioned, is our experiential learning-based program. The need of environmental education. Otherwise, Bangladesh has become an environmental hell. Just let me share one small statement of my daughter. When I got out of environment, she was a 7-8-year-old daughter, and then she was mental health. So, please, our media representatives, thank you very much.
There are people of mid-level careers in working in the government, the private sector, the NGOs, and also private sectors, who are not able to short program of 3 months duration, which is going to run in the evening, roughly 3 to 4 days a week in the evening. Now we figured out that with so much of knowledge-based approach, we need to have a sort of a more practical